Imagine an SUV that's tough enough to conquer the wildest trails, yet refined enough to take the family on a smooth road trip. An SUV that hasn't just survived decades of competition but built a cult following so strong, people buy them again and again. That SUV is the Toyota 4Runner, and for 2026, it's back bigger, bolder, and smarter than ever. But here's the real question. In a world obsessed with crossovers and soft-roaders, does the 4Runner still have what it takes to rule the off-road kingdom? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know if this is the SUV for your next adventure or just another relic of the past. Let's start with the design, because the 2026 Toyota 4Runner makes a statement before it even turns a wheel. At first glance, it's still unmistakably a 4Runner, boxy, upright, with that muscular stance, but Toyota has added just enough modern flair to make it feel fresh. The squared-off fenders, bold front grille, and angular LED headlights all tie it directly to its Tacoma sibling. This isn't a sleek, city-focused SUV, it's unapologetically truck-based, and it wears that badge of honor with pride. Dare on the back. A wide tailgate and power-sliding rear window give it both utility and a touch of nostalgia because not many SUVs let you drop the rear glass anymore. It's rugged, functional, and yes, still, the kind of shape that looks just as good splattered in mud as it does parked at Whole Foods. Step inside. And the familiarity continues. If you've been in a Tacoma recently, you'll recognize the dashboard. But Toyota knows what 4Runner buyers want: utility, space, and confidence on the trail. The cabin is filled with storage cubbies, wide armrests, and controls placed exactly where you need them, even when wearing gloves. The 4Runner also offers something the Tacoma doesn't: an optional third row. It's not huge, but it gives you flexibility when you've got kids or extra passengers tagging along. And then there's the 4Runner's party trick. Roll down all 4 windows, open the sunroof, and drop that iconic power rear glass. Suddenly, you've got an open-air experience that no crossover can match. It's not a Jeep Wrangler. It's not a Ford Bronco, but it gets close. While keeping Toyota's signature refinement, Toyota has worked hard to make sure the 2026 4Runner doesn't feel dated inside. Standard is an 8-inch infotainment screen, but most buyers will want the available 14-inch display. It's sharp, responsive, and runs Toyota's latest software. Add in the optional 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, and the cabin feels thoroughly modern. Of course, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, along with USB-C ports and even a digital key system, so you can lock, unlock, and start your 4Runner with just your phone. A wireless charging pad rounds it out for those who live connected. So yes, it's rugged. But don't mistake rugged for outdated. Toyota made sure this interior meets 2026 expectations. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter: performance. Under the hood, every 2026 4Runner runs with Toyota's 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, producing 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. Paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, this setup is smooth and strong. Rear-wheel drive is standard, but most buyers will want the optional full-time 4-wheel drive system with a 2-speed transfer case. Off-road fans, take note: the 4Runner comes prepared. Depending on trim, you can equip it with a locking rear differential, disconnecting stabilizer bars, and Toyota's clever crawl control system, which is basically cruise control for off-road terrain. Want more? Go hybrid. Toyota's 4Runner Hybrid adds even more off-road hardware, including manually adjustable dampers, while delivering more power and efficiency. And when it comes to towing, the 4Runner doesn't disappoint. 6,000 pounds max capacity puts it above rivals like the Jeep Wrangler, enough for a camper, boat, or weekend toys. Now, here's the part many skeptics want to know: fuel economy. While official 2026 ratings aren't in yet, the 2025 model delivered up to 20 mpg in the city, 26 on the highway, and 22 combined. For a body-and-frame SUV, those numbers aren't bad. And with Toyota's reputation for squeezing every drop of efficiency, we expect similar or slightly better results for 2026. If you want true efficiency, though, you'll need to look at the hybrid model. That one's reviewed separately, but it's expected to give buyers both more power and better MP, making it the smart choice for those who want capability without constant fuel stops. Safety has always been a priority for Toyota, and the 2026 4Runner continues that tradition with one of the most advanced protection suites in its class. Every model comes equipped with Toyota's latest TSS 3.0 system, which blends cutting-edge driver assistance with real-world practicality. The SUV is constantly watching the road with features like automatic emergency braking that can detect both vehicles and pedestrians, while lane departure warning and lane keeping assist step in to help keep the 4Runner steady on the highway. Adaptive cruise control with lane centering makes long drives easier, while a driver monitoring system adds an extra layer of reassurance by being able to bring the SUV to a controlled stop if it senses the driver is unresponsive. What this means is that whether you're navigating city traffic, taking the family on a cross-country trip, or heading deep into the mountains, The 4Runner is designed to have your back at every step of the journey. It's rugged enough to tackle the wilderness, yet smart enough to protect you in everyday life. Now, let's talk numbers. The 2026 Toyota 4Runner is expected to start around $43,000 and climb to about $57,000 depending on trim and options. That makes it more expensive than some crossovers. But remember, this isn't a crossover. This is a true, truck-based SUV with serious off-road chops. For value hunters, the TRD off-road trim offers the best balance of equipment and price. Want more luxury? The TRD Off-Road Premium throws in heated full-leather seats, a bigger infotainment system, and comfort features without going overboard. The rivals list for the 2026 Toyota 4Runner is a fascinating one because each competitor brings its own strengths to the table. The most direct showdown is with the Jeep Wrangler, an icon in its own right and the go-to choice for buyers who want maximum trail credibility and the open air, freedom of removable doors and roof panels. The Wrangler, however, often struggles with long-term comfort and refinement, areas where the 4Runner holds a clear edge. Then there's the Ford Bronco, the modern retro-inspired rival that has quickly built a passionate fan base. It's loaded with tech, modular accessories, and impressive off-road gear. But Toyota's reputation for bulletproof durability and resale value keeps the 4Runner in the fight. Beyond those two heavyweights, there are more lifestyle-oriented competitors like the Honda Passport Trailsport and the Subaru Outback Wilderness. Both offer light off-road flavor, but neither can match the 4Runner's ladder frame toughness or towing strength. On the premium end, the Land Rover Defender poses an intriguing alternative with its sophisticated blend of heritage, luxury, and capability, but it comes at a much steeper price and lacks Toyota's reliability record. Even crossovers like the Chevy Blazer or Mazda CX-50 try to capture adventurous buyers, but when you stack them against the 4Runner's hardware, its transfer case, locking differential, and rugged suspension, it's clear they're more about looks than substance. In short, the 2026 Toyota 4Runner doesn't just sit in the middle of the pack. It creates its own niche, offering a rare balance of AFOH credibility, everyday comfort, and long-term dependability that rivals struggle to match. That's why so many people who buy a 4Runner don't just keep it for years, they often come back for another. So, after all this, where does that leave us? The 2026 Toyota 4Runner is not a soft SUV pretending to be tough. It's the real deal: body on frame construction, legitimate off-road gear, strong towing, and Toyota's unmatched reliability. But here's what makes it special. It doesn't forget about the family. It's rugged yet comfortable, tough yet tech-savvy, capable yet refined. You can drive it to work all week, then take it off the beaten path on the weekend and it won't flinch. Is it perfect? No. It's not the most fuel efficient, it's not the cheapest, and it's not the flashiest SUV out there. But that's exactly why it works. The 4Runner has always been about balance, and for 2026, Toyota proves that the legend is alive and well. So, the real question is, are you ready to join the cult of 4Runner? Are you ready to join the cult of 4Runner?